Today on the Youth Ministry Sherpas Coast to Coast podcast, it's just Brock and I today. Shannon is nursing a sick kid. So we thought it would be cool to get together anyway and share our prophecies, predictions, prognostications for 2025. I don't know if we will be right, if what we say will come true, and if it doesn't, you can stone us, but we are having fun. Happy New Year. Roll down the windows and let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to the Youth Ministry Sherpas Coast to Coast podcast. I'm Steve Anderson. I'm joined today by Brock Morgan. Hey Brock.
Hey Steve. It's just you and me today.
I know. Unfortunately, Shannon Dunn is not able to join us today. She's got a kid who was up all night vomiting.
Isn't that the worst?
I've forgotten about how awful that is, to be honest.
Dude, little kids throw up. It's like a thing.
Not only do they throw up, but they don't make it to the bathroom. And so they throw up in their bed. I remember that. I mean, that's just the worst.
In fourth grade, I felt like I was going to vomit. So I went to my teacher, can I please go to the bathroom? She said yes. And halfway between the classroom and the bathroom, I puked all over the floor in the hallway.
You still remember that. That's what makes it amazing.
It's so traumatic and it's embarrassing.
It's terrible. At least you didn't vomit on her.
Oh, that's the worst.
Anyway, yeah, so Shannon won't be with us today, but we thought we'd get together and record an episode, get the year started off well.
You know what Shannon did?
What's that?
She had lunch with my daughter this week.
Oh, really? Oh,
isn't that awesome?
That's so sweet. Whose idea was that?
Theirs. I kind of mentioned it to Shannon, and then they made it happen. So they had a great time.
That's so great.
Isn't that great? I love when friends invest in our kids.
That's awesome.
Isn't that? Oh, it's the best.
That's so great.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's been a year for you, Brock.
It has been 2024 has been quite eventful.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you had a freaking heart attack.
Can
you believe it?
No, it almost seems unreal.
If someone had told you a year ago what to expect in 2024, that was not on the bingo card, was it?
Dude, it's been quite a thing for our family because my parents have had surgery this year. My sister had cancer.
Yeah. Went
through chemo, and then I decided to, top it all off with a heart attack. So the Morgan clan has been, we feel like we're coming together, half of us anyways, over Christmas. We're going to celebrate that we're all still alive.
You should. You absolutely should. That is a gift.
It is a gift. And
man,
it is weird though. Because I'm a fairly in shape guy. I eat my vegetables. But you can't. These things happen.
Heart attacks have no preferences. Well, they do have some preferences, but
if it's in your family history, it's hard to get around it. These things we inherit. And it's in our DNA. It's code written in our bones, our blood, you know. And so, at any rate, I feel very grateful.
2025 is going to be a better year for the Morgan clan.
I believe it, and I'm hoping for less aliens. Dude, what's up with all the aliens?
Every night,
sightings.
Every night, my son goes out. He wants to see them so badly. He's pretty obsessed.
Oh my
gosh. His
life
life would be made if an alien landed in our...
His favorite movie is E.T.
His favorite movie is actually, what's the Matthew McConaughey movie? Interstellar.
Dude, that Interstellar
awesome.
is probably my number one.
Yeah, it's in my top 10 for sure.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Because it's really about a father and a daughter's relationship, right? Mm-hmm. And so it pulls my heartstrings so immensely.
the incredible dynamics of time and space. It's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, we're going to plan, we have a New Year's Eve outreach plan for aliens. So,
Yes,
yeah,
good. We've
we
got to
got some
reach
spotlights
them for
rented.
Jesus.
We're going to reach them for Jesus. Hopefully.
I've heard they're really into lock-ins. Those teenage aliens are hard. They're a hard to reach people group, though.
They are.
Would you call them a people group?
I would call them a people group. They're
Okay.
biblically illiterate. They are antagonistic towards humans in general.
Well, this is what we've heard, anyways.
Yeah, that's
the
what we
problem
fear.
with all of this is it's hard to know what is like. You can make people can with their computers make crazy things look real.
True.
So, like, I don't know what to believe. You know, I don't know. I'm a little more of a trusting person, though.
You never know what the future's going to bring.
So I just assume we're all good. We're fine.
So today, Brock, we want to talk about the future a little bit.
All right.
As we get this year off to a start. And we're going to share some of our thoughts about what this year might hold. You once wrote a book called Youth Ministry 2027, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Was that the year?
Right.
Like, we're only 3 years away. So I don't know if you were a good prognosticator back 10 years ago or 7 years ago, but we're going to test our prophetic talents today.
Yeah.
And share some things that we see coming down the pike in 2025. So,
yes.
For youth ministry.
Little fortune telling.
Yeah.
The Christian version.
Yeah. So we're each going to share 3 things. Brock, do you want to go first?
I would love to go first. Let's, all right. Let me, I jotted down a few things. So I have to say this because of the more recent book I've written, but it's already happening. Here's the focus. So 2025 is going to be when youth ministries focus even more on mental health and well-being.
Okay.
Kids have.
Is that hopeful, or is that? I mean, are you hoping that happens? Or you think
this is
that's
prophetic.
Okay.
This is a prophetic. I think that a lot of us have read books. We've seen things. Maybe even at youth group, we dedicated an evening on the topic of anxiety.
We have done that.
But I think that youth workers, because the trends are not getting better, kids aren't discovering more peace in mass.
Mm-hmm.
Youth ministries are going to really focus on a more holistic approach and help help students live a life with peace in the midst of their busyness, in the midst of their anxiety, in the midst of their fears. They're going to take it more seriously and help kids with mental health and a well-being.
That'll be a challenge because I don't think, by and large, we as youth pastors are that well equipped for that. So we're definitely going to have to rely on some help, some outside resources, some additional training, and
right. So that's kind of the thing, is that youth workers will be more proactively. I think that it's already started to happen where youth ministries are really being purposeful in partnering with counselors that get teenagers today that are Christian, and so youth workers can be the bridge getting kids to help.
Okay.
All right. What do you got, Steve?
All right. My first one is some students, an increasing number, but some students will want to be without their cell phones more often.
Yeah.
Some students, not all, some will be as addicted as ever, but some will start to pursue time away from their cell phones. And hopefully part of that time will be encouraged at youth ministries.
Dude, I love that.
It's kind of my dream, really, is for our students to not hear it from me, like, hey, check your phone at the door when you come in, but to have that inner volition to want to enter into this time together as God's people with God and leave their cell phones and understand that the cell phones they're prohibiting. They're a wall between them and people and God.
Yeah.
In the few hours that we're together every week. So I'm hoping and I'm expecting and even predicting that some of our students will want to have more time without their cell phones.
That point reminds me, in 2007, there was a big conference, for a marketing conference in Tokyo. And they would bring in these people who are experts in reading the coming trends, and they tell these marketers, and so these marketers listen to these, I don't know what you would call them, futurists.
Right.
And the thing that they said is that teenagers are going to en masse unplug from cell phones. And so the whole conference then was around, how do we market to a generation of kids who will be rejecting the cell phone? They're going to be tired of getting tracked by their parents. They're going to be tired of being marketed to. How are we going to reach them? And what they came away with was, we just got to make the phone more addictive. And that's what they've done. And so, very interesting, but I would love a mass rebellion.
Yeah, I would too. I'm not predicting a mass rebellion yet, but I'm hoping that there's at least a slow leak.
In 2027, Youth Ministry 2027.
All right.
It will happen that year.
All right.
I love that.
What's your second one? What's your second one?
Okay. And I was thinking more, I like your, like, what are kids going to do? This one's another youth ministry thing.
Okay.
Youth ministries are going to focus on empowerment through leadership. So a lot of deeper discipleship stuff, a lot of student leadership stuff, in a way that is literally empowering, leader development stuff, getting into the deep end with students. I've already noticed that youth ministries that are doing this, their retention and involvement is way higher. And so I think youth workers are going to make a move to not just focus on the crowd events, but to focus on really equipping and investing and discipling.
I'm really glad you brought that one up, because I want to do an episode or several episodes on that exact topic. Because I agree with you, and I'm kind of in a place where I think we're struggling with that a little bit. We have a student leadership team, but it doesn't, I mean, it's good. It's better than no engagement as leaders, but it's not deep enough. And the challenge is finding the time and the bandwidth and the capacity on my part, on other leaders' parts, and even on the students' parts, to be able to be part of the big stuff, the big events, the group, but also have additional time to grow in a smaller community. And I've struggled with that for years.
That was my biggest difficulty.
Can't get them out a second night.
Right. Yeah. So like what we did, and it helped us, just a little nugget.
Give me a teaser.
A little teaser for an episode we could do this on, was during one of our Sunday morning services, that's when student leadership is. And I have other pastors come in.
Okay.
Different weeks, and they're bringing their best stuff. Like leadership stuff, ministry stuff, theological stuff. So I'm not having to carry this thing by myself, because it will fail if it's just on me. I don't have enough time.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Yeah. We'll dig deeper into that at some point this year. That's excellent. All right. Here's my second one. Our pool of students, at least at our church, will continue to grow, but their level of engagement and frequency of attendance will diminish. I think we are seeing that trend. I know that's a national church trend, right? And we've been bucking that trend in our youth ministry really pretty well. But this year I'm seeing it turn. So our numbers are pretty consistent as far as coming on Sundays and Wednesdays. And we have new people often every Sunday. We have new students come in. Our numbers there are good. But the frequency of them coming back and the frequency of our students who are already here actually attending is diminishing. And so the pool grows larger, but the engagement shrinks. And I don't know, coming back to your discipleship issue, there's a lot we can unpack there, but that's a trend that I'm a little concerned with, and we'll see if that continues to play out.
Yeah, I think that, a lot have moved towards a hybrid engagement. So it's never been easier for kids to view their youth group online. Right?
Yeah, we don't even do that. That's not an option.
Oh, we don't either.
We're not
But
that
we could
technologically savvy.
we could easily do that.
Yeah, but
That's not hard to do that.
that would
But
not be. I don't see the benefit in that really. I could be wrong,
there's really some pros and cons.
Yeah.
The benefit is at least they're hearing the message.
The content, yeah.
But youth ministry is so relationally based, it almost is the opposite of what we're trying to do.
Right.
Like they can find content anywhere.
We're not content driven.
So it's I have mixed feelings about it.
They can get all my content on TikTok, Brock, because I am a TikTok phenom.
Oh my gosh, you are.
No, I've never been on TikTok in my life and never will be. But
well, did you hear TikTok is like going down?
Yeah, it might be. So it might be good. We could fill that gap. We could form a youth ministry TikTok universe.
All right. I have one.
Yep.
And this is a nuanced one, but I think it's something that youth ministry will have to deal with. And it's cultural competence and inclusivity.
Okay. Open that box up and lay out its contents for me, Brock.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember hearing studies, this is probably 10 years ago, about what will the church do? What will youth ministry do when transgender students and otherwise LGBTQ students are going to start in mass coming back to the church, coming back to youth group? Will pastors and leaders, church leaders, embrace them coming back? Because for many of them, they feel rejected by the church. But we know that the church holds something that they desperately need, and that is access to God's Spirit, access to Jesus, deep-spirited community. And so our youth ministry is going to be ready because you go out there, and I've already started seeing this, you go out there on your own, you reject the church, you reject the notion of Christianity, you embrace what maybe this alternative identity, but then there's something missing. There's something missing. And so we have started to see, for a while, we saw a lot of kids in our youth ministry struggling with things. Then we saw none. And then now we're seeing kids coming back.
Okay.
And so
yeah, that's interesting.
I think that the church, not just youth ministry, is going to have to deal with this. How do we create an environment of grace? And then some churches will figure out and then also hold on to truth, right? Or so in this, I feel like identity formation will surface, and it will cause us to do more proactive work in that area. So I think that it's actually going to get deeper than less in the coming years.
That is a complex one.
Dude, right?
Yeah,
there was landmines all over the place I was trying to avoid.
I understand. Yeah, I'm feeling them under my feet right now. Yeah. We have those discussions. We are not living that reality in particular at the moment. But I know that's going to happen. So there's so many mouths to feed on that issue. Is some of the things that youth pastors are going to wrestle with.
I think that our youth ministry is so new. We're a church launch plant thing, and all these kids are coming, and we've just been building the plane while we're flying it.
Yeah.
And so I think that we're living in the don't ask, don't tell. Although kids have come and told me what they're dealing with, and I've had those conversations, they are kind of one-offs right now.
Yeah. That'll have to be a couple episodes this year too.
I think so too.
All right.
You got one?
Yeah, it's not quite as intense as that one, but
dude, my last two are like a little depressing.
This one's not depressing. It's just interesting. It's going to be harder, I think, this year. It's been becoming increasingly hard to finish with seniors well. because of all of the options they have for their schooling sequencing and completion. And so you've got kids who are juniors in high school and they are almost solely going to community college. You have homeschool kids increasingly graduating at like 16, 17, and they're already in college. And, you know, in my ministry over the years, it's always been like we have a class of students, we walk them through the youth ministry, we graduate them well, and we see them off with great flourish and love. And we still do that, but it's just getting messier.
Yep.
I mean, we had a kid this past spring. She was a junior the whole year, and then I find out on Facebook she graduated. I didn't even know.
You're like, what?
I didn't even know.
Right.
It's a homeschool kid. So I think that kind of stuff is happening more and more. There's so many educational options, at least in our area, with dual enrollment and community college and AP and IB and all that stuff, that just like that clean cut of, I went to senior year of high school and I was at homecoming and prom, and all that is becoming a little less common. So that's my
I think
experience.
you're right. And then you throw in the less sense of being committed to the church, to youth group, and it's easy for kids to float away.
So I wonder if some of the solution is to, instead of a hard transition out of high school, if there's a
hybrid thing
that kind of mixes them in with maybe some recent college graduates. I don't know. I don't love that idea. That like goes against my kind of sentimental heart towards kids, but maybe that's something we need to think about.
Yeah.
So
no, you're right. I hate high school graduation because there is a percentage I never see again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never. Yeah. Well, like we have
Absolutely.
a decent percentage of kids whose families don't go to our church, but they're involved in the youth ministry. I'm never seeing them again.
Probably not.
Like in that, I ache over that. And we have a young adults ministry now in our church, and I'm hoping that creates a little more stickiness. But dude, so tough. Like we had a kid graduate last year. She was a part of our youth ministry for, since I've been here. And she didn't come to our senior night, which is such a special night, and she went away to college. And
you never got that sense of completion with her.
There was no closure. There was no like blessing, like, and it's just left there.
Yeah, I've got similar experiences. It takes a toll on, I think, on my heart in a way that I haven't quite figured out yet. I have to be okay with that. I think we have to be okay with that, Brock, because that's going to be reality.
It's what makes ministry so complex and difficult.
Yeah.
Is these people don't know how much we care about them.
Exactly. A mentor friend of mine describes ministry as hugging a parade.
Yeah.
Because it's, it's moving by you and you love people in the moment. You're so excited. You have a season with them, but that season might be a year. It might be 6 months. It might be 7 years or 10 or more, but everyone is traveling through those seasons. And there's, in youth ministry, so many of those kids, you get to hug them for a season of a year or a couple, and then they're gone.
That's the thing that I've focused on in our youth ministry, especially in our youth ministry training for our leaders, is we are not, we're just so new still. I don't have the systems in place to really be this well-oiled machine. Justin Knowles, he's a youth pastor out here and a kind of a social media darling.
A podcaster as well.
Yeah. He,
a fellow hacks. Yeah.
Yeah. Youth ministry. Yeah. They're great. Youth ministry hacks. He called me up on Wednesday and he works at a church 10 minutes from my church. And he's like, bro, I am hearing all kinds of amazing things about your youth group. Like, it's so funny because he didn't have a youth group on Wednesday and 3 of his kids came to our youth group. But honestly, I'm a little surprised that he's heard anything. But here's all that we are majoring on. I just want to love kids well. We're going to do high-level contact work That's our focus. We're going to make sure every kid is being cared for. And so if you came to our youth ministry, I think you'd be underwhelmed, but you would go, kids really feel like they're loved here. And I knew I could do that. I don't have enough people yet. I don't have enough staff yet to be a well-oiled machine, but we can love kids well, and
yeah,
we love them. And so these seniors floating away from us, it's a punch to the gut. You're like, I love it. 2025 is going to be a good year, Steve. I feel it. No more heart attacks on my end.
I don't plan to have a heart attack this year.
More golf for me.
My gosh, you want to get me started on golf?
I might go hit today.
Really?
Last night I was lying in bed. It's around midnight. I'm having a hard time falling asleep, and I was like, I could go hit some. Even just going to the range today. I might go to the range.
You know how many rounds I played this year?
You played a lot of golf this year.
This was the year of golf for me. I have been very intentional about getting better, and I think I played over 40 rounds of golf this year.
That's so good.
And I'm going for 50 next year.
Dude, you need to come out. Next time you're out here, I've got to take you to Palm Springs.
Okay.
I'm not joking.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's the most beautiful golf. Oh my gosh. It's breathtaking. California's pretty. I mean,
yeah.
Maryland's beautiful. I love Maryland, all of your islands. People don't know about the islands in Maryland. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But the golf course is so beautiful out here, man. At any rate, what are you looking forward to personally, Steve, in 2025?
Personally, good question. I've been working on my calendar for the spring, and it is packed. But
no,
honestly, I am looking forward to, in addition to more golf, I will have all of my family together for a week, which did not happen this calendar year. So yeah, in July, we will have all my children and their spouses all in one place for a week at the beach at Rehoboth. And I'm really looking forward to that.
Rehoboth.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet spot. A lot of tradition, a lot of love for that place.
What is the drive? Is it like 2 hours from you?
3.5. Not bad.
Oh, okay.
Yep. How about you? What are you looking forward to other than no heart attacks?
No heart attacks, healthy heart. I'm gonna do a triathlon.
Awesome.
Or at least I'm gonna train for one.
Mm-hmm.
I've trained for a marathon and never did it. So my body fell apart. But we're doing a triathlon. But here's what I'm looking forward to. In May it will be mine and Kelsey's 30th wedding anniversary.
Awesome.
And we are going to Spain and France for 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
3 weeks in Spain.
That's awesome.
And then heading to southern France. We fly into Barcelona, and then 3 weeks later, we fly out of Paris.
I love it. I love it.
And dude,
yeah.
Last week I bought the airline tickets.
Nice.
And we're going. I got the non-refundable kind.
We are in, baby.
We are in.
That's so great. That's going to be us in 26 because my wife retires at the end of 26 and she wants to go to Italy so badly.
Italy.
We've never been, so
we almost went back to Italy because we loved it so much.
Yeah.
But we just felt like we got to switch it up. We got to see more of Europe.
That's so great. That'll keep you going, man.
Dude.
That'll keep you going. That'll offset all the frustrations of youth ministry, all the difficulties and complexities, all the busyness, all the heartbreak, all of that.
We got to live.
With your wife will. Yes.
Live well.
Live well.
Make memories.
Enjoy your spouse.
Yes.
Make the most of your time.
And dude, you and I, we got the jackpot, man. We lucked out.
We did.
It's
we are.
Your wife is spectacular. My wife is spectacular. We hit the jackpot.
Absolutely. I'm very thankful for that. And I'm thankful for you, Brock. I'm thankful you're still alive. I'm thankful for Shannon. Thankful for you guys, your friendship.
Yeah.
I was just talking to my wife last week. I used to have a really good network of friends here locally who are youth pastors, and they've all kind of moved on to other things, other places. And so this is like, I need this conversation with like-minded friends about youth ministry. And this is something I really, really value. So thank you for that.
That's what we hope, that youth workers listening,
Yeah.
You're not alone. We're in the trenches with you. And if there's anything we can ever do, please reach out.
Absolutely. So here's to 2025. If you want to follow us or send us a message, if you want to send us a message, email us at youthministrysherpas@gmail.com. You can always find our shows on every possible podcasting platform, and we would love to reach out, talk to you, have you share your ideas, thoughts, ideas, whatever. Reach out.
Yes.
We'd love to hear from you. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Here's to a great 2025. We'll see you next time.
All right, Steve.